On this episode, epic race cars. We look at dangerous Steves, awesome Group A 3-door cossie. Check out Scott's minty fresh SAFF cossie. I finally get to have a good nose round Steves' ECOBOOST angle box. And Kester shows me around his paddle shifted ECOBOOST Fiesta, complete with air jacks. And of course, in-car action from the MTS boys. Sit back, relax and enjoy. I'm here at Silverstone for the 2023 Modified Ford final race of the year. So the boys are just going out and they're going to do some qualifying, and then we got the first race at 1:30. There's a couple of cars that have had a few changes that I want to try and catch up with today and have a little look under the bonnet and see what they've been up to, and hopefully we'll see some awesome content as usual. Right, that's qualifying over. The boys are coming back in. I wish I filmed it. I just had a marshal come over, say I can't take photos off the pit wall. Because alright, well, I'm not taking pictures, I'm actually filming, but fair enough. He goes, you need to go up to race control, because I said, you know, I'm doing a YouTube channel and I've promoted this race series and this racetrack multiple times. And he says, oh, you need to go up to race control and sign on to get a purple placard and be media if you want to take any photos or videos at the circuit. And I said, alright, I assume there's a cost involved in that, and I've never had to do that before. And they were walking up and down stopping people from filming the cars as they go past. I don't know, I'm a bit annoyed about it. You know, motorsport's a dying thing, and I thought people trying to promote it, get people enthused. I'm doing these videos for you guys, but also to try and promote people coming out, paying the money, coming to these big events that have obviously got massive overheads. But obviously that's my personal gain, and so therefore I need to go through, probably pay Silverstone to come here and use my cameras to film my content and edit it. It just baffles me a bit. And then he said, obviously, are you a spectator? Well, I said, well, I'm actually with MTS Motorsport, so technically, because he said spectators can't be on the pit lane, so I was like, okay, fair enough. So then he said, oh well, your session's over, so you're now not allowed to be on the on the side of the pit lane wall. So I was like, fair enough, I'll make my way back to the pits then. But yeah, you just get a bit of a weird vibe from Silverstone sometimes. I think, you know, it's a bit too big for its boots. And I appreciate safety, but I don't see me on the other side of a fence standing there watching or filming is much different. And if they want to make money out of what I'm trying to do, I don't know, I don't get it, to be fair. You know, you go to like Brands Hatch or even Liddon Hill, it's a lot more relaxed. I said to him when I walked off the pit lane wall, I said, I thought this was all about, you know, making motorsport accessible and enjoyable. And yeah, that little interaction I had with him and one of the other marshals, yeah, just left a bit of a weird sour taste in my mouth, because all I was trying to do is get some sweet content for you guys. next time I'll have to pay the money and get a purple bib, unless I can get my t-shirt supplier to make me one, and then that ticks a box, and then I can start filming again. But yeah, mental. Anyway, let's go and have a quick look around the pits and check out some of the cars and meet up with some of the drivers. Chris just said I've got to go and check out Dave's 3-door COSSIE. It's like a proper touring car spec thing, so I'm just going to stroll over there and have a little ganders at it. And his mate's got a really nice black SAFF, so let's go check that. All the little minis are heading out. There's a few other race series happening today. The MX-5s as well. These are like a good laugh.
It's the family's car,
Yeah.
It's not I don't own it outright.
We've built it between us, me, Scott and Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's the history then? I hear it's got some history behind it.
It was a left-hand motorsport car that we bought. We converted it to right-hand drive.
Yeah.
And built it. But it's a proper Group A spec car.
What does that involve? Is that
All the-
in terms of cage and...
Yeah, it's got a proper historic spec.
Go have a
Yeah,
look.
of course.
Look at it.
No,
It's
historic spec.
proper.
Cage.
You got a side exit on it. You have to have a side exit on it for RS500.
Yeah, it's T4, 8 injection platinum. It's the classic RS500 spec. And
What ECU does it run then? Is it
well,
got...
we went on to live management because for reliability, Harvey Gibbs
Yeah.
did all that for us.
Is it a cast iron block or has it got... Okay.
It's got a cast block. It hasn't got, it isn't one of these new Smith and Jones blocks or heads. It is an original one.
And what gearbox are you running it?
It's got the correct Gatrag gearbox.
Okay,
With
so
the
H pattern.
dog leg first.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's everything's right that it should be. It's only got a 7.5 inch diff, but some of the early Rouse cars only had a 7.5 inch diff, not the 9 inch diff. So yeah.
So you've just built this? Has this just been finished?
No, we built it a couple of years ago, but we only finished it last year, and then I did a couple of meetings with Paul.
Yeah.
But there was a few things to sort out, and then we had it deckled up like the 1990 Gravit car.
Yeah, it looks wicked.
So
It's even got the Ford credit sunstrip on it.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, it's fully Group A, all the uprights on it.
Yeah, are they original like magnesium scented BBS? Or are these like...
They're exactly the same spec as the original cars used to have,
Yeah.
but they are a brand new wheel.
centre lock?
Correct. Alloy upright. It hasn't got like adapters or anything like that.
No.
It's
As it
proper.
should be.
Yeah. So,
How'd you get on with the sound regs and the side exit? Has it got a big exhaust?
we've just got one big silencer.
Yeah. Is that in the tunnel kind of?
Yeah, it's just on the floor, quite a wide. flat
Yeah, that's what they usually have. Yeah.
floor,
That looks
we
wicked.
couldn't really do anything else with it. It was a little bit awkward, to be honest with you.
And is all the back like fully adjustable?
Yeah,
like,
it's got a
jointed?
6 degree beam on it.
Yeah.
Um,
So did you weld the cage in? Is
yes,
that...
we did the cage
Yeah.
ourselves. Yeah.
Oh, that's proper.
Yeah, basically everything you can see, we did ourselves.
And I noticed you got like the twin
Yeah.
fuel filler points on it.
Yeah, it's got a
Proper race car
I think
stuff.
it's got 120 litre tank
Yeah.
with the twin.
Oh, it's beautiful. So what sort of power does this make then? Is it?
It's got about 500. I think it made 530 horse or something like
Savage.
that. So
It's all you really need in a little lightweight. They don't weigh that much by the time you strip
no,
them all
we're
out.
not too bad now. About 1200, something like that. I mean, we've never actually weighed it, but going off some of our other Sierras, But yeah, I mean, it could have more horsepower, but the engine I built the engine a few years ago, and it's sort of a little bit old spec in the sense of we could have had Harvey do us like, the solid lifters and things like that, and
Yeah.
I think then you can push them a little bit more, maybe up towards 600 then, but we spent enough on it as it was,
Yeah, I
so
bet.
we just settled for that.
Is it you say a T4 type turbo? So
Yeah.
it's an old school
Yeah, it's the
turbo
correct turbo that an
Yeah.
RS500 came out the factory with.
with the internal gate on it and everything.
Yep, yeah.
Where did you get that inlet?
It's
Intake.
it's the Australian touring cars. The Australian RS500s used to run those.
Yeah.
And we used to own another one that was it was the 1988 Caliber car
Yeah.
that Andy Rouse raced, and the PTCC, and then it went out to Australia, went to the Mobile Colours, and was raced by Peter Brock.
I bet it makes some good chatter noises with that.
Yes, it does. Yeah. It does.
The old school turbos seem to be a lot more noisy for that.
Don't they?
They're fast. The window wants to come out.
I had a new windscreen put in it, and I don't think the guy never manages to get seals to just stay in with.
Yeah, I never like touching windscreens. You're trying to get them out your brake and try to put them in your brake. And who painted it? The paint's really good, isn't it?
Scott painted it. My brother painted it. Yeah.
Is that what he does then?
Scott does all the paint work. Like I say, we've basically done everything on it. You know, we're quite lucky like that. We managed to do most of it ourselves.
That's mine, that is. David's got a sapphire.
Do you mind doing a quick video on this?
No, yeah.
Yeah, do a quick round.
Get me good side.
Yeah. So this is the 3 doors, like a known motorsport shell.
That's just a
Magentas.
standard 4x4 cossie shell, that was. Yeah. We built it into a racing car, carbon fibre roof skin, bonnet, boot lid, 2-wheel drive, got a 6-speed elite transmission sequential.
Yeah, we sold it.
Nice.
RV Gibbs did my engine for me.
That's serious then. Is that an iron block on that? Or is that?
Yeah, it's just a standard cast block, yeah.
And you got, is it, you say WRC top mounts?
Yeah, they just extended the top mounts and then they just the WRC extension. I mean, it's not anything too special, you know, it's only on standard 3-door cossie hubs.
Big brakes though on there?
Yeah, just a 330 AP kit. Bigger disc on the back, but we're just a standard 4x4 caliper.
And you got a full exhaust on this out the back?
Yeah, it's actually just a mongoose, just a round mongoose exhaust. It's not, I haven't gone side exit on it because I did want to do my plan was to do track days in it as well, but I mean, the problem with track days is you wear everything out, right? Don't you? So
and you're out with other people who aren't as...
That's it, so, but I was a bit cautious about how loud it was going to be for that reason, so that's why I put that exhaust on it.
And did you guys do the cage in this one as well?
Yeah, we did the cage. It's a custom cage. Is it like a clubman kit? I think it's a clubman cage. I think they're called. Maybe.
Yeah. Did you add bars and stuff?
No, not on that one.
Can I have a quick look inside? Is that?
Yeah.
How'd you get on with the gearbox?
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, love it.
Very nice. Does the kit come with all the gussets and stuff?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. The only thing we didn't put in, because I chose not to, is you'd added like you could add a bar there. Yeah. From right there, but I didn't want that, so we left it out.
That'd be right in your view of your.
Well, that's
your
it.
mirror.
Yeah. You obviously have to walk to put the dashboard and stuff.
Is it the same sort of power as this one, or is this?
Very similar. I think that's a touch more.
Yeah.
Yeah, a touch more than.
How does the SAFF compare in weight to that one?
I've never actually weighed this.
But you got all of the lightweight panels on it, so that'll help.
I'd like to weigh, but this is only my second proper time out in this car, so I haven't had a chance to weigh. It's a lot lighter than an Escort. The Escort Cosworth, what we've got. I don't know how much that weighs neither, to be honest.
That's proper. I love it. I love it in the black as well.
I wanted to just be different because the other car, like that one and the Sapphire, they're both white. So I thought, well, we'll go black. I mean,
yeah, you probably regret that. Yeah, regret that once you've done it, but it does look good.
Spent a lot of time on it.
Yeah, I bet. That's pucker. There's a load more modified Ford boys up here, and the car I want to go and have a good look at is Steves' little ANGLEBOOST. Because you would have remembered on some of my other videos, we had a good look at this car, and it was running a Smith & Jones lump, but he's chopped it about a bit since. He's got a new setup. Let's go and take a look. How you doing?
Hey!
Finally found you.
been hiding.
There she is. How are you getting on with it?
Learning.
Yeah, very different, I take it.
Yeah.
Different beast.
Choo-choo.
Yeah.
It's different, isn't it?
So it was a 2.6, was it? Smith & Jones.
Yep.
That's gone. Still got the sequential box, and it's been replaced with a 1.6 EcoBoost.
EcoBoost.
And this thing has been played around with.
Yep.
It's got a tubular manifold, bigger turbo on it.
No, that's just like the road going upgrade for the Fiesta.
I take it it's all been lined and pistons and bits and bobs in it.
Yeah, liner block, closed deck.
Fits in there really nicely. So this is your second outing in it,
Yes.
and it's made just because there's going to be a lot of people asking why you've done that. Aside from the fact that this is a cheaper way of making more power.
It makes similar power to the big normally aspirated engines.
What's the power delivery like? The torque delivery?
It's a bit too fierce to start with, so we've backed off the boost, lower down.
Pulled some power out of it.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get it right for the car, and it's better, definitely better, because it was breaking traction at Brands Hatch all the way down the straight at 125 mile an hour. It's skipping around. So.
What's involved in mounting one of these in? Because it's obviously out of a front-wheel drive car in a rear-wheel drive car. You've got a dry sump, which helps you out.
Yeah, dry sump so you can get it low in the car, and then you just find the holes and pick your mount. So how you want to chassis mount it.
And then starter motor is, I don't know what you do, like ring gear and flywheel and stuff, is that?
It's just off the shelf. Everything's off the shelf.
For a rear-wheel drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So we're going to see a lot more of these engines popping up. I know Kester's got one in his Fiesta, and that's
Yeah.
like a rocket ship.
I think everybody's watching me make my mistakes first, and then they might copy. I don't know.
And he's still running direct fuel injection on it.
Yes. Yeah.
Have you got additional injectors in the inlet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what ECU have you gone for?
MBE. You're limited to what ECU you can use on these if you still use GDI. So I think there's only 3 or 4 ECUs out there that you can run the GDI system.
How's the heat issues?
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was testing again just now in qualifying because the water temperature was getting hot, so I've added another cooler after the turbo. So of course you're getting superheated water going straight back in the radiator. So Brands Hatch was running a bit hot, but just then, it's a lot better. Yeah.
The intercooler came out really well.
Yeah.
You happy with that?
Yeah, air temps racing, 32 degrees. That works really well.
Is that the ST intercooler or is that a custom?
That's custom made,
custom.
Who made the intercooler? Was that?
So Ali Sport.
And they did the radiator package as well, didn't they?
Yeah, I made it all out of cardboard in shape,
Yeah.
so that I could get it in the car in one go. Because you can have these things made and then you can't get them in, they don't fit. So I made it all out of cardboard, so it went in, and then sent them the cardboard.
Copycat design.
Yeah. There's no cock-ups, is there?
Yeah.
Came back, straight in.
How nervous were you wanging holes in the front panel? Had to do it though. Is that for trying to get the air through? I suppose you got
Yeah.
up to this. Is that the rad there?
Yeah, so you're getting the top of the rad with air.
Yeah.
Get the paint gun out over the window.
Yeah, that looks really good. And is this a lighter engine than the Smith & Jones?
Yeah, overall they are.
Even with the turbo, the manifold. I suppose it helps that you've got a plastic inlet on it as well. And are you making use of the variable valve timing on it?
Yeah.
And the gearbox is all holding up with the extra torque?
Oh yeah, they're
rated for quite a lot, isn't it?
they're rated for loads, aren't they?
Yeah.
Lorry gearbox, isn't it? It's the heaviest thing on the car.
I'm glad you managed to get it all done and in and on and running.
Yeah, lots of testing now.
Yeah. Have you got the ability to data log?
Yeah, it's got data.
Yeah, I did spy the EGT sensors, so you can get all that data. You just got to get used to the lack of induction noise and the choo-choo noises now.
Yeah.
Oh, so you can see it live as to whether the cylinder's leaning out or anything.
Yeah, misfired on the rolling road, and then Aaron at HT Racing knew exactly what cylinder it was with just a few misfires.
He can trim each cylinder then, can't he? If he needs to.
Yeah, he was just running slightly rich, which was causing a miss.
These doors are ridiculous. You said you drove up the road and it scared you. Just like lit them up.
Yeah, it's wheel spinning over 100 mile an hour is not pleasant.
I don't know what your options are there. You need bigger wheels.
We just need a big wing. We're going time attack.
Who's building the wing for you?
Autocross.
So where are you going to mount it to? Are you going to go through the boot or?
I don't know. I'm going to have a look around today, see how other people.
Inspiration.
Yeah.
Problem with the wing is it's hard to make it look period, because back in the 60s they weren't really running wings, and when they started to run wings they looked like ironing boards on it. But if you've got to do it, is there no way you can get enough downforce just from doing a flat four and a venturi out the back?
No, because the venturi at the back creates the low pressure for the high pressure above.
You need something pushing, and you need it to really be above the line of the roof, don't you? Because you're going to have there's going to be a weird vortex of like wash behind this crazy cutback window. I'll be interested to see what you come up with. You've only got a couple of holes on this side, is it? Or
Yeah.
Is it like the location of it?
You've got 2 bolt holes this side, really. So I ended up having the plate remade longer that the oil pump fits to, the
Yeah.
dry sump pump, which is a big thick 10mm plate. Had that made longer so that I could get 3 bolts in on the engine mount.
Definitely. And then what do you do for the thermostat? You've got like an inline thermostat.
Yeah, because the thermostat's right under there. It's a right ball light to
That's what we're running, something similar to that
Yeah.
in the Sierra. So you just
Yeah.
unscrew that and there's
That's
a
it.
thermostat in it.
Yeah.
Done. They're a weird engine. I'm still getting my head around. Is this all to do with the high pressure fuel?
Yeah, that's your high pressure fuel pump.
Just need someone to create a billet.
No,
Yeah, you can leave like
yeah, I might get a proper plastic cover.
just to
With
cover
ST
all the
on
wires. Cover all the wires.
You got the plugs, you got the
things on it.
OE pegs.
It's just all an unknown to me. I'm learning from like what you're doing, Kester's doing. They are brilliant engines, but it's just a bit different.
It's nice when you first start it from coal. It just starts to run.
a modern engine.
Yeah, because you've got electric throttle body.
Yeah, fly-by-wire job. So have you plumbed up the anti-lag yet?
Not yet. It's there.
Yeah, let's do it.
We've got downshift blip with it now.
Oh, what? So when you pull on the lever, it
Yeah, so you've got flat shift
Yeah.
going up and then coming down. You've got a blip with the throttle, which
Wicked.
makes it a bit kinder on your gearbox.
yeah. Who mapped it?
Steve from SBD.
SPD, that's it. Yeah.
And then it went back last week, and Aaron Tucker tuned it a little bit to my liking.
Nice. Yeah, new wheels. Popped over to see Kester and his monster little Fiesta. Tell us about the spec, because this is another car running an EcoBoost, and I think this is the car that was pushing Steve around in the Anglia, and then like 6 months later he's bought himself an EcoBoost to go in his car. So
Can't beat him, Jordan.
yeah, exactly. It's pretty serious spec. So yeah, what have you got basically? It's
Well, 1.6 EcoBoost, standard head, unlike Steve's, who's got ported head and cams. Standard engine, apart from the fact it's got dart and liners in it, and Amiga race pistons with science rods.
Yeah.
Dry sump system, just for reliability. It's got the extra port injectors on it.
And you say that's like a sandwich plate that runs
Yeah, an
between
adapter plate between the manifolds, so it just saves you having to upgrade the standard injectors and stuff.
You've got a big boy gearbox in it.
Yeah, we've got the
Sequential.
SAFF ST8214, I think it is.
Yeah.
Running paddle shift as well. It's all controlled by the MBE ECU, which is like the engine and the gearbox, so you haven't got to run any extra ECUs and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. What's the Thermomet blanket?
Oh yeah, the Thermomet blanket.
That works really well. Tom
Really
Barkley from Tom Barkley Racing. You've had this on his dyno,
Yeah.
and I know you were doing like testing with the
Thermal
thermal
imager.
imaging,
Yeah,
and it's like night and day in terms of how much that holds in the heat.
Yeah, I think when we had it flat out on the dyno with the Thermomet on it, it was
Yeah.
like showing 45 degrees.
That's ridiculous.
On the
And that's
outside.
probably glowing red,
Oh,
white
it was-
hot
Yeah,
inside.
it was literally nearly see-through.
Wicked.
But yeah, I mean, so the engine itself is nothing too trick. It's got your standard sort of like S280 turbo on it, but SPD spec, so it's slightly different. Running an electronic actuator as well. One of the ex-German Cup cars, which this particular one, I believe they built 8 of them
Yeah.
for endurance racing, so it's just got a bit of extra cage in it and the fuel cell, which the other Cup cars
Did
didn't
it
have.
come with the air jacks on it?
Yeah, it comes with the air jacks and everything.
All the toys.
All the toys. But obviously I've updated the interior a bit with a PDM thing, new wiring in.
What shocks have you got? You got like external reservoirs?
AST, yeah. 3-ways with external reservoirs.
It's pretty serious.
Yeah, some biggest brakes I can get in under the 15-inch wheels. Terrell cons. Yeah, air jacks and all that sort of stuff.
I see people are also starting to put big wings on the back of their front-wheel drive cars.
Does help.
Yeah, I bet.
Help, especially at high speed corners.
Just to keep it planted and not
we've done testing with him and without it, and
you'd recommend?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, unless you like getting scared. I don't.
No. So you're running, you say, actual paddle shift as opposed to a lever?
Yeah. A lot of places don't allow you to run paddle shift, but luckily enough with the mod Ford, so they can see the future.
Exactly.
And, let me come and join them.
It feels like you're in a proper touring car then, or a proper like
it does
Formula One.
feel like I'm driving.
Let's have a look inside because it is pretty special inside. Who did the loom?
Level Motorsport wiring, Matt, absolute top bloke.
Yeah.
Couldn't rate him high enough. He's what with his time. He said it'll take X amount of time to do. It'll be this amount, and he was bang on reliable, which is good. That's all that the twisted wiring.
It's proper like it's a motorsport spec
100%,
loom.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it cost a lot of money.
Yeah, it's not like Scotch locked and soldered like mine is.
I had a lot of wiring issues before where
it's all a hodgepodge, and then
now it's all
cut it out, start again.
Yeah, and he's put also the engine's on nice big plugs.
Like NATO connectors, yeah.
Pin things, just twist it and take the engine out if you need to.
Really nicely put together car as well, man. It's like.
Yes, it's not too bad.
Was that? Are you running like methanol system?
Just water injection, no methanol, just water. But just help keep the inlet temps down a bit.
Yeah, it's nice. The cage is nice.
Yeah, it's one of the good things about these. They were made by Matter. I think they've done a lot of the top touring cars.
Is that a standard column or is that?
No, that's a modified
Corsa.
So it's Corsa. It was obviously a hydraulic before.
Yeah, you say Tom enjoyed it when he took it out.
Yeah. Oh, the gearbox is just amazing. That's what makes the car, to be honest. It's, all that flat shift and auto blip.
And then what you do, you just like get the compressor and
bang
out. It's race car stuff. This. It's got his diving tank.
Yeah.
Yes.
She goes.
Oh, that makes life easier. And you say it all came with that then?
Yeah.
Just built in?
That car's come with that. Standard.
Right, race one is about to start. I've just thrown some GoPros in Chris's RS 1600i race car, and again you'd have seen footage of that in previous videos, and that's the car that I helped build the engine mounts for his crazy Duratec with the sequential box. So yeah, we should have a forward facing, rear facing camera in that. Yeah, everyone's lining up ready for race one. So as I can't film trackside, MTS boys have loaned me their awesome little scooter, and I'm just going to razz around the circuit, see if I can find a grandstand or a good vantage point. Yeah, so hopefully I can still get some sweet content for you guys, because that's what we're here for.
Got the old Tornado 50 with a titanium exhaust. Oh yes.
Well done. Thank you, bud. It was. How are the new brake pads?
I still got, brake pads were fit, but I still got knockoff.
Yeah?
I still have to pump, but I got a bit cautious. I was locking the back up. I'm opening a flat spot of the tyre.
Are you alright?
It looked alright, but then it was overheating. It was getting a bit hot.
Oh, really?
Well, it's getting 102 degrees, and I thought, so I short shifted.
You come first in your car, and you make the 16.2.
Right, that's it for another video. Once again, I'd like to thank Paul Neville and Chris MTS Boys for inviting me down. It's been an awesome day. I did go and speak to Race Control, and apparently if I want a purple bib to film anywhere trackside, I need public liability insurance, which I don't have, and a headed bit of paper from a publication outlet. I'll just have to make do with filming from the grandstand next time. Wound me up a bit, but it's the way of the world at the moment. Everyone has to have insurance, I suppose. Make sure I don't throw my camera at a race car or something. I don't know. But here we are. Anyway, hopefully managed to get some sweet content. Got the camera views in Chris's car. He finished first in his class in that race, so that's really good for him. I'm not hanging around for the second race because it's not till like 5:30. I'm gonna have to shoot. But another great session, another great year. I believe next year the grid is growing even more, so Paul and the boys have got to do a lot of jigging around to try and accommodate everyone who now wants to race in this class. As you can see, it's a fantastic class if you like Fords, modified, all the different variety that goes on, all the different classes. A lot of people complain about my ability to capture the footage, but obviously not being able to film trackside is one issue, and obviously I can only ever sit on one corner. They do a live stream, and you can watch that on, I'll put a link in my description below, so you can see the whole race from all angles, from a proper media setup, because I'm just one guy with one camera. I'd like to try and capture a bit of racing, but more chatting with the guys next to their cars and having a good old look at what they've done and how they've done it. As I said, it's really cool to see Steves Anglia and Kester's car with the EcoBoost engines, which are now coming on the scene. It's going to be good to see how those progress and obviously take on the big CC high revving naturally aspirated race engines. For a bit of context, the price I think Steve got for his engine, he's managed to build 2 EcoBoosts and probably have some spare change, so there's a reasoning for it. If he can get that little car to work, he had a puncture in that race, but once he's got that all dialed in, I think it's going to be a real stonking little angle box. So, well, he's calling it the ANGLEBOOST. Yeah, watch this space. Also, I can't not forget to mention the FC paint restorations, COSSIES, the 3-door and the SAFF. They're absolute works of art. It's crazy to see cars of such high caliber build quality being raced and abused in that way. Same goes for Gary's Mark 1, the ginger coloured Mark 1 bubble arched Escort. Like, it's a show car, but it's out rubbing door handles with other race cars, so yeah, fair play to them. Unfortunately, Ash's V6 Sierra, his engine had a bit of a hiccup, so hopefully the damage to the engine wasn't too bad and he can get that rebuilt and fixed and back out racing. Yeah, that's it for this video. Obviously, if you like this type of content, if you've enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. That really helps, obviously, me make more content like this. I've also got some sweet merch if you want to support the channel. I'll put a link in the description below to the cartel site. Got stickers, hats and all that stuff, but that's pretty much it for this video. So until next time, I'll catch up with you guys later. Take it easy.